Hello class, I'd like you to meet Clarence. Clarence is a 54-year-old New Orleans native whose house was destroyed in Hurricane Katrina. He has been homeless ever since and has been experiencing some severe financial trouble. Fortunately for Clarence, a company called BBH Labs, based out of New York, could be here to help. BBH Labs, at a recent Austin Technological Convention, unveiled a project called Homeless Hotspots, in which they employ the homeless to carry around mobile 4G Wi-Fi transmitters that will allow other people to use Wi-Fi for a fee. This initiative has been under severe controversy since its inception because people think that employing homeless as hotspots is dehumanizing. It has been harshly criticized, but I disagree. I think that the fact that they are employing the homeless is a very laudable enterprise and something that is morally permissible. When I saw this article on the New York Times, I was immediately interested. We all use Wi-Fi, so this topic affects all of us. Also, as a Roman Catholic, the plight of the homeless is something that has been drilled into me since I was a young boy. So I did a lot more research, and I have come to the conclusion that this project is a very good one. In my speech today, I will illustrate the conditions of the current job market, discuss the right of employment both ethically and legally, and then justify this venture based on the other criteria. The first reason that this enterprise is morally permissible is that the homeless are desperate for work and unlikely to find jobs in more standard ways. According to the July 2009 National Coalition for the Homeless's website, there are nearly 6 million households with worst-case housing needs in America. The average minimum wage worker today, according to the same website, would have to work an 87-hour week to afford a 2-bedroom apartment at the current government definition of affordable housing, which is 30% of your yearly income. Nearly 1 in 6 worker in America is unemployed or underemployed. This is a huge problem. Let's see the unemployment rates. Homeless people, there's a huge problem with unemployment. It has recently spiked at just over 10% in the entire country. And the homeless people, unfortunately, are at the bottom of the employable ladder. Many of them lack credibility, have substance abuse problems, and possibly mental health issues. Homeless people are generally considered last for employment opportunities. That is why the project from BBH Labs is such a good thing, because it's extending a helping hand to those who might not otherwise be getting it. The second reason that this is that the hotspot is a morally laudable enterprise is that the right to work is a foundation on which our society was built. According to Article 23 of the United Nations Universal Declaration of Human Rights, everyone has the right to work, to free choice of employment, to just and favorable conditions of work, and to protection against unemployment. This does not sound like the plight that the homeless in America are experiencing. The fact that they are not given the opportunity to work is a violation of their universal human rights. Religious figures agree. Pope Leo XIII, in his encyclical Rerum Novarum on May 15, 1981, said that man's labor is necessary, for without the result of labor, man cannot live. It goes against the law of nature. This is not right that homeless people are not afforded the opportunity to better themselves through the dignity of work. The moral implication states that we should give the unemployed a reason to work. This is not only a moral issue, but also a legal one as well. According to the United States Constitution, the very defining document of our country, it is the right of the individual to contract, to engage in any of the common occupations of life, and to enjoy the privileges recognized as essential to the orderly pursuit of happiness. This article, number 14, talks about why it is that the unemployed should get work. There's a legal and moral responsibility of society to employ those who do not otherwise have it in a reasonable fashion. The last reason is, actually the third basis for saying that this is a moral laudable enterprise is that these justifications are directly applicable to this business venture. When it was unveiled at the Technological Convention in South by Southwest in Austin, Texas, people immediately said that it was a terrible working condition for the homeless people. They are paid $20 a day to carry around this mobile hotspot, which is far below minimum wage. Although they are tipped for their services, making this a legal, not a legal issue, people think that this is exploitive and cruel to the homeless. However, the employees, the homeless themselves, don't seem to think so. According to Clarence, the guy from the beginning, he says that everyone thinks that I'm getting the rough end of the stick, but I don't feel that. I love talking to people and it's a job. It's an honest day of work and pay. Clarence has the right idea. Now in my speech, I have talked about what this enterprise is, the legal and ethical reasons why it's okay, and how it all relates together. I hope now Clarence is off the streets and has a better job. I think that's a perfectly good reason for this company to continue to exist.